I never imagined I'd be the one to unravel our family's tangled web. But there I was, standing in the shadows of a glittering Seattle venue on Christmas Eve, my heart pounding like a drum in a storm. The words echoed in my mind. I didn't want her here. My own mother, whispering to my aunt, as if I were some unwelcome ghost at the feast. But soon, they'd all learn the truth about whose card paid for this extravagance and whose name was on the deed to the home my sister Laura had been flaunting as her own. Growing up in the rainy embrace of Seattle, I was the middle child, sandwiched between Laura, the shining star who married early and built her picture-perfect life, and my younger brother Jake, the eternal dreamer whose schemes always needed bailing out. I was Emily Thompson, the steady one, the invisible glue holding things together without ever asking for credit. Inside, I wrestled with the ache of it all. Why did my independence feel like a curse? Why did my successes make me the outsider? From childhood, the doubts gnawed at me. Laura's wedding at 22, with her husband David, a slick real estate broker in Bellevue, was the event of the year. I helped plan it, dipping into my savings for the flowers she had to have. No thanks came my way. Instead, Mom said, "Emily's so capable. She doesn't mind." Capable. That word haunted me. A backhanded compliment masking their resentment. Jake's antics were endless. His failed coffee shop idea in Capitol Hill. His crypto flops during the boom. Each time, I'd think, should I help? Am I selfish if I don't? In 2016, he showed up at my downtown apartment, eyes pleading over a crumpled business plan for a tech startup. Just $5,000 to get the app off the ground, he begged. My gut twisted. That money was for my own future. Maybe a small condo in Queen Anne. But family pulled at me like an undertow. I wrote the check, watching my dreams shrink. The app never launched. Jake vanished for months. At Thanksgiving, when I mentioned it, Dad cut in. He's young. "Emily, you remember being reckless?" Reckless? I'd never been allowed that luxury. Inside, the voice whispered, "You're the reliable one. Don't rock the boat." The pattern deepened, a slow erosion of my self-worth. In 2018, Laura called. Voice cracking. The kids' school fees are due. And David's commission check bounce. Her twins, adorable but expensive, attending private school in Kirkland. I transferred $2,000, thinking, they need this. What kind of aunt am I? At family dinners in our parents' modest home near Lake Washington, compliments flowed to Laura's homemaking. Jake's potential. My promotion at Cascade Marketing? That's nice. But when are you settling down? Mom would ask, her words slicing deeper than any knife. I lay awake nights, questioning, am I too focused on work? Do they see me as cold? By 2020, during the pandemic lockdowns, I hit a breaking point. Laura hosted a virtual family Zoom for Dad's birthday. But behind the scenes, she texted, "Can you Venmo for the cake and decorations? We're tight." I did. But the resentment bubbled. Why always me? When I shared my own isolation, working remote, they pivoted to Jake's unemployment woes. Christmas Eve 2023 shattered the illusion. The venue, Harborview Hall overlooking Puget Sound, sparkled with lights and evergreen garlands. I arrived with a bottle of local Pinot Noir, chosen carefully. Laughter filled the air. But as I lingered near the bar, I overheard Laura with cousins. Emily's got no kids.
No, Thais.
What else is she spending on? Then, I used her card from that concert ticket mix-up last year. She won't notice the $4,200. My world spun. Fraud clear. Illegal. Under Washington state law. where unauthorized use could mean felony charges if over $1,500. But it was the betrayal that gutted me.
How could she?
After everything, my hands trembled as I searched for my place card. None. Confronting her quietly, she waved it off. Family shares. Emily. Don't make a scene. Mom and Dad flanked her, pleading, not now.
Dear.
Let's enjoy the holiday. I walked out into the drizzling night, rain mixing with tears.
Inside.
A storm raged. Am I nothing to them? Just a wallet? That night, driving home to my quiet apartment in Ballard, clarity pierced the pain. They weren't family, they were users. But I had secrets too. Graydon and Clara had left me her cabin in the Cascades 5 years back. I'd kept it hidden, fearing demands. Renting it out funded investments, a stock portfolio, then a side hustle in digital marketing. By 2022, I'd bought a charming bungalow in Fremont through an LLC, anonymous to avoid family prying. My consultancy, Rain City Media, exploded after a viral campaign for a local brewery. Followers hit 180,000, net worth topped $750,000. And the irony? The house Laura and David rented in Madison Park, the one she posted about endlessly, was mine. I'd snapped it up at auction after foreclosure, using a management firm to handle everything. They paid rent to Pacific Holdings LLC, never knowing. I consulted a lawyer at Puget Sound Legal, reviewing venue footage that captured Laura's admission. Legally, I had grounds for eviction and charges. But revenge? It warred with my humanity. Do they deserve ruin? Or a chance to learn? I waited. The internal conflict tearing at me, anger versus the lingering love for the family I once idolized. The months after Christmas were a whirlwind of self-doubt and quiet planning. Every morning, staring at the foggy Seattle skyline from my office, I'd think, was I too harsh walking out? Or not harsh enough? Work at Cascade Marketing kept me grounded, client pitches, strategy sessions, but inside, the betrayal festered. Laura's texts came. Sorry if you overheard. Let's talk. I ignored them, wrestling with guilt. Am I abandoning them? But they've abandoned me first. Jake called once, mumbling about a new job in Tacoma, but it felt like reconnaissance for more help. Mom's voicemails pleaded. Family forgives. Emily. Forgives what? My existence? In February 2024, Laura announced her and David's 10th anniversary bash via group chat. Backyard party at our place. Mom's on food. No need to chip in. Emily wink. The emoji stung, fueling the fire. I confided in cousin Megan, who'd always been fair, seeing through Laura's charm. I've got your back, she said. They've treated you like dirt too long. We plotted subtly, her setting up a projector for anniversary highlights. But as the date neared, doubt crept in. Is this vengeance or justice? Will it heal me? Or just spread more pain? March 2nd dawned crisp. Cherry blossoms hinting at spring in Madison Park. I dressed in a tailored blazer, folder in hand with the deed and lease notice. Driving over, my mind raced. What if they beg? What if I forgive too easily? The backyard buzzed with 35 guests, string lights twinkling, tables laden with Mom's potluck spreads. Laura glowed in a sapphire dress, David schmoozing in khakis. I slipped in, heart hammering. Laura spotted me, smile freezing. Emily?
We
didn't invite you. Whispers rippled. Mom approached. This isn't the time. I own this house, I said, voice steady, but insides churning. Megan projected the deed. Owner, Emily R. Thompson. Via Pacific Holdings LLC. Dated January 15th, 2023. Gasps echoed. Laura paled, glass slipping. David blustered. This is a joke. I pulled the fraud screenshot. And the $4,200 for my card? That's theft. I reported it. But I'll drop charges if repaid now. The yard fell silent, eyes on us. Inside, turmoil surged. Look what they've made me do. But God, it hurts seeing her crumble. Mom wailed. You're destroying us. Jake edged away, ashamed. A few guests left, murmuring. Uncle Tom, always kind, muttered. About time someone stood up. David pulled Laura aside, frantic. Within minutes, the party dissolved into awkward clusters. Laura repaid via app that night, desperate to shield David's license. Washington real estate ethics boards don't tolerate fraud ties. I enforced the 30-day eviction, per lease terms, but offered help finding new housing. Revenge feels hollow. I thought, lying awake. Where's the satisfaction? Only emptiness. Post-confrontation, I cut contact, focusing on Rain City Media. A national coffee chain contract boosted us. Staff grew to 4. But nights brought reflection. Did I lose them forever? Was there another way? Megan became my rock, joining brunches with supportive relatives. You did what you had to, she said. But I pondered the lesson. Families shouldn't be transactional. 3 months later, a text from Dad. Can we meet? Alone. We sat at a Pike Place cafe. Him looking worn. Rain pattering outside. I failed you, he admitted. We leaned on you because you were strong. Tears welled as he asked about my life, genuinely. For hours, we talked investments, my hidden successes. I'm proud, he said. Always was, but scared to show it. Inside. Walls cracked. He sees me now. But can I trust? Jake reached out next. Working at a warehouse in Kent. No ask for money, he promised. We met. He shared his struggles. You were right. I leaned too much. Our talk shifted something. He's growing. Maybe we all can. Laura stayed silent until summer. Her email. I get why you did it. Therapy's helping me see my part. We met at a neutral park in Green Lake. No defenses, just tears. I envied your freedom, she confessed. Took advantage because I felt trapped. I shared my pain, the invisibility, the exploitation. We hugged.
Tentative.
Not fixed, but starting. The healing deepened my empathy. I volunteered at a family counseling center in Seattle.
Seeing echoes of our dynamics.
The lesson crystallized. Communication mends what silence breaks. Family thrives on equity, not entitlement. As summer faded into Seattle's misty fall, the emotional weight intensified. Every rain-soaked walk along Elliott Bay stirred deeper introspection. Have I forgiven too soon? Or held on too long? Rain City Media thrived. A partnership with a tech startup in Bellevue doubled revenue, but success amplified the void. What's achievement without sharing? Megan's encouragement helped. But internal battles raged fiercer. They hurt me deliberately. Yet, blood ties pull. Dad's monthly coffees became lifelines. He shared regrets. Your mom and I favored Laura's stability. Jake's needs. Ignored yours. One evening, over clam chowder at Ivor's. He cried, you deserved better. My heart ached. Seeing him vulnerable shatters me. Am I ready to rebuild? Jake's transformation hit harder. He invited me to his tiny apartment in Tacoma. Look, no schemes, just a steady job. We talked late. Him admitting, I resented your success. Used it as excuse. Tears flowed as I confessed. I felt like the outsider. Always giving. The hug lingered. Raw. This is family messy, but real. Laura's outreach escalated the drama. We met weekly, peeling layers. David's ego blinded me, she said at a cafe in Fremont. I stole because I felt entitled. I pushed back. It wasn't just money, it was trust. Her breakdown, sobbing over lattes, mirrored my pain. We're both victims of our roles. But healing demands accountability. Mom resisted longest. Her calls, "When will you let this go?" Ignored. Until a letter, "I see now how we diminished you. We met at the Arboretum, leaves crunching. Pride stopped me," she wept. "Forgive."
Inside.
Storm. She enabled it all. But her remorse feels genuine. We embraced. Tears mingling. Family therapy followed, suggested by my counselor. Sessions in a downtown office were intense. Accusations flew. Truths unearthed. Laura admitted jealousy. Jake. Dependency. Parents. Favoritism. I voiced the deepest wound. I felt invisible. Breakthroughs came slow. But cathartic. This hurts more than revenge. But it's honest. By winter, bonds strengthened. Holiday dinner at my bungalow, neutral ground. Laughter mixed with tension, but no exploitation.
Inside.
Peace bloomed. This is progress. Fragile, but mine. The lesson deepened. Empathy bridges divides. Family evolves through effort, not blood alone. Winter's grip tightened, mirroring my intensifying inner turmoil. Seattle's endless gray amplified every doubt. Is this reconciliation authentic? Or another trap? Rain City media hit milestones, a Forbes mention, but joy felt tainted. Success without family feels empty. Nights.
E di pace.
Questioning. Did revenge scar us irreparably? Or open doors? Dad's pride swelled at my speaking gig in Bellevue. My daughter's a star. His hug post-event. I see you now. Tears choked me. This vulnerability terrifies. But it's healing. Jake's apprenticeship in woodworking brought pride. He gifted a handcrafted shelf. No loans needed. Our talks deepened. You taught me self-reliance. My confession. I envied your freedom from expectations. Bonds mended. Rawr. He's my brother again. Flaws and all. Laura's therapy sessions with David exposed cracks. We're separating, she confided over wine in my home. Your reveal forced truth. I held her as she sobbed. I hurt you worst. My own tears. I miss my sister. The night stretched. Forgiveness flowing. Pain binds us closer now. Mom's evolution stunned. She joined therapy solo. I enabled toxicity. At a family session, she apologized fully. Emily, you were my rock, I abused it. Breakdowns ensued, but unity emerged. Her change humbles me. We're all broken. A group outing to the Cascades cabin, Aunt Clara's legacy, sealed shifts. Stories shared around the fire. Laughter healing wounds.
Inside.
Overwhelm. This is family reborn. Through fire. The lesson burned brighter. Forgiveness liberates. True bonds require vulnerability, not vengeance. Spring's renewal mirrored the crescendo of emotions. Cherry blossoms in Seattle parks symbolized fragile hope. But doubts thundered. Can we sustain this? Or will old patterns resurface? Rain City media expanded. New office in Pioneer Square. Team of 8, but fulfillment came from mended ties. Life's richer shared. Dad's health scare, a minor heart issue, galvanized us. Hospital visits united. We're here, I said, holding his hand. His whisper, thanks to you. Recovery strengthened. Fear reminds us of love's urgency. Jake launched a small woodworking business. Your advice guided. At his shop opening, pride surged. You're thriving. His gratitude. Because you believed. Embrace fierce. Brotherhood redeemed. Laura's divorce finalized amicably. She moved to a cozy apartment in Ballard. Near me. Starting over, she said, eyes bright. We co-parented her kids' events, bonding deeper. You're my anchor. My vulnerability. I needed you too. Sisters anew. Tears endless. Healing's sweetest pain. Mom hosted a reconciliation dinner. No more favorites. Toast to growth. Her eyes on me. Emily. Our light. Group hug. Overwhelming. This completeness I craved. Therapy continued. Tools for future conflicts. The lesson profound. Redemption trumps revenge. Family flourishes through empathy, communication, and grace, light, enduring. We're home now. In each other.